let's hit play.
Yeah, we're away. We're away.
So we can talk about all that. So it's interesting where you, I'm still hands-on doing that stuff.
Yep.
And it's always been a goal. I think I've told you about 5 years ago. I want to get off this hands-on role, manage and all that. But I must admit, it's really good sometimes. I still get a bit, just go do something, and get it done.
That's one of the cool.
It's right. You're doing it right. So.
Yeah, but it is one of the cool things about the role is like every day is different. There's no 2 days are the same type thing, and there is always something to do. At these buildings, though, there's never a time where you're like, oh, finished. I saw the chairman. He drove out of the car park at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was just on about 11:45. The chairman came back in, and I was in the garage again. And I saw him, and I just said to myself, I said, if he asked me what I've been doing if I'd moved from the garage for the last 3 hours, I was going, I don't know how to answer that, but I've been flat out. Yeah. Amazing.
I just trying to. I'm going to see that guy, that contractor needs this. This owner came, wanted this, and the phone went, text. I had to go over to there and back to him. You go, 12 o'clock.
Half the day's gone, eh? Yeah. How did you actually get into building management? Like, when did it all sort of start for you?
Well, it started in London, to tell you the truth. Well, you could go back to Wellington days, but it was my wife and I did a house up in Wellington, and then we sold it, made a few bucks, and then we came up to Auckland, and we didn't really have anything going on, so we took off to London, and I ended up working for a company. It's like a corporate letting company, a bit like a JLL or a corporate Barfoot, something like that. So I was in charge of the southern regions, and we used to get a lot of the tech companies, the IBMs, the Accentures, all these software design companies, and they used to bring in these guys from India, these software guys. So they used to house them. So I used to go into all these big apartment blocks all around London, out in the southern regions, and we used to house them, we used to manage them, we used to look after them, do whatever they required. And so I thought that's quite interesting. So I used to go into all these apartment buildings, and I'd see the guys, the concierges, which they have. So this is scale again, which New Zealand doesn't have. And this is an issue. So Pacific is probably the only one we've got really in New Zealand.
Probably to that scale.
To that scale. So so I used to go on and get on with those sorts of guys and all that sort of thing. And then I always saw their management office, there'd be a guy in the management office, so I'd catch up and start chatting away. So I'd start chatting, as you do, you're driving around, and so 2-3 times a week you go into this apartment building, because we'd take 50 apartments.
Sheesh.
It was huge.
Wow.
And then we'd have to deck them all out sometimes. So you're going in, and we're doing the whole property management side of a guest services side of it. So, we had to provide everything, because these guys just walked in and they got the keys, and bang, it was all sort of there. So that was really interesting. So I just got to meet all these people in different buildings and how it went. So then Annette and I decided to come home, and we went along, and we came home, and we went back to Napier, my original hometown, for my father was ill, and Annette's father was ill. So I went back home, and the house had been left for a year or two, so got that up to scratch. We rented that out, and so I said, right, we've got to go to Auckland. That's the sort of, if you want to make a buck, you got to come and take on Brady. So we found this role down by the old railway station. That building was a hotel. And, I can't remember.
Cuba?
Yeah. So we interviewed for that. I think so. We didn't get that one. We missed out by one, and so we drove all the way back to Napier. And I was saying, we got this in here. This is great, because it's the first time Annette and I sort of worked together as well, that we wanted to work together. So we went along, and we didn't get that, so that was okay. Then another one popped up over in Coromandel. So run a small little motel plus within a body corporate. So it's the old camping ground in Whitianga.
Oh yeah.
So we said, let's go. So we got that, and luckily I had the experience from London, which was great. They got us in. So we got in there, and we decided that this is quite good fun. The body corporate side.
Yeah.
Motels.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
That's another game. So anyway, they sold the contract. They wanted us to buy it, but I've always said never buy a job. So everybody's got the skill set to make their own way in business, especially New Zealand. So we said, see you later. And so we came up here, and we rented an old 149 Nelson. And so what did we do? We saw another ad in the paper of all places, and back in the day when they advertised in the paper still.
Yeah.
And we got a gig out at Botany. So it used to be Sacramento, which was the first leaky building in New Zealand. So
changed to Botany Palms, didn't it?
Yeah.
After the remediation.
Right.
That was a big one.
And so I went in, and Annette and I arrive. So, we get offered a house, accommodation, power, all that sort of thing. It's very
happy days.
Happy days.
Yeah.
And the committee is sitting there. And the bloke at the side, oh my God, I go, wow, this is great. Look at this place, It's all done, I just got to mow the lawn by the way, So I got in there, and we started running that place. And then the lady who had the contract, again, she wanted to sell it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I always remember she gave me an A4 piece of paper and said, give us 500,000 here. And I went, okay, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And so she sold it to someone else. And funny, I ran into him just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Got another story.
Yeah.
I went
because she was the South African lady, eh?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but I remember she's a tall South African lady.
because we hired your...
the grounds.
The grounds?
Yeah, that's right.
I saw him the other day.
Yeah, he said.
10 years? How long was he? 20 years for you?
He's been 11, so about probably 12 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah,
good old Hamish.
Hamish, that's him.
Yeah, he works well.
Yeah, I kept telling him to mow the verges. He wouldn't do it. Brady said no. Oh, come on. Tell Brady to get it there. Come on.
Yeah.
So we did that. So sold out. And by this time the network's going. Key thing, network. So the boys at Andrew, who was at BBCL then, Andrew Craig. So I just reached out to them, so you got anything going? And he hooked me up, my next one with Phil.
Yep.
So we went to 149 Nelson.
Yep.
And that was a great building. Just, how you sort of go into a building.
Ascent?
Yeah, Ascent.
Yeah, that's right.
You know how you go into a building, you sort of tweak it to the way you do it? Because obviously the whole goal is to make it easy for yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So, Ned always says it takes me about 6 months with a big stick and just whack it into shape, Here we go.
Did you take over from that guy who fell into the bin and broke his neck?
No, there's a guy before him, after him.
After him.
No, I heard all the stories.
Yeah.
Washing bins. Who washes bins now?
No one.
No one. But they want you to. Committees want you to do that. Yeah. No, I don't do that.
No thanks.
And the greatest thing is health and safety. Health and safety, can't do that. You're risking me going in there. Let's get a professional company that comes in and let them take the risk.
Yeah, for sure.
They've made it happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that, and then we had a big remedial project there. Do you remember that? The big building works and all that?
Yeah.
So I got involved with that, and I was always questioning the money that was coming our way. We had accommodation, but we didn't get much cash, right? So you sort of figure it out going, that's not right. So this remedial work came along, so we jumped onto that, and they paid us extra.
Yep.
Because, man, that was a lot of extra work.
A lot of work, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They look at these bloody projects and they just think, you should just be able to fit that in around your normal day-to-day work.
This is it.
We've got an issue with one right now that's a 3-year plumbing project.
Right.
And they've just tried to weasel it into our normal day-to-day stuff. We're like, this is massive amounts of time and work over 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
It's like,
so this is where we got to get to commercial level of professionalism and not be regarded as that caretaker building manager.
Yeah.
We're facilities managers, and we should be here, talking about that all the time with the contracts, and as soon as again we have to have the nows to go, sorry, this is a whole different part of my scope of duties. Here they are.
Yeah.
3-year plumbing project, right? This is here's our fee for doing this, right?
That is where we're going with it. And I think that hangover from that caretaker role, that's where it all sort of started. These guys that were semi-retired and sort of did the least amount of work and all that sort of thing. That hangover.
Retired policeman.
Yeah, that's right.
Owned an part-time moonlighter as a cleaning company sometimes. That sort of guy. And he comes, I can do some handyman work sort of thing. And gone.
That's gone. It has to be gone, and that's where I think we've got to make sure that we keep pushing that message that those days are over. And the health and safety message is a good one to help that too.
You can't take on that liability or that responsibility because we no matter what you don't like about America or anything like that, it's coming. All that law is coming.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to start suing each other. It's all coming.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Got to make sure you got the good insurance cover under.
That's right.
Under your belt.
Yeah. So from a sense, Annette and I said to come on, Annette, we're very good at this ourselves, and I said we're the product, so let's go do it for ourselves. And this is just the entrepreneur and myself, and always looking to work for ourselves on that. So we said to Phil, mate, we're off, and we're going to go do something else, and our own thing. And we end up out at Whenuapai, of all places.
Oh, wow.
And because there was a part-time role, so not being silly about it and just cancelling, I applied for this part-time role at Hobsonville. You know the what do you call it? The company that was running it, the government. So they were looking for a part-time facilities manager.
Right.
Couple of days, 3 days a week, sort of thing. So I tell you this funny story. I went for the interview. Right. So we've moved out to Whenuapai. Going, well, we might as well live close to where we're going to go and work.
It's a bloody hike out there.
And then by that time, I'm going to go and get myself a building. Right. So I go to this interview. I don't know if you've ever worked for the government department or anything like that. So I go to this interview, Brady, and I go, I can do this with 3 days. Okay, that's going to work, right? Let's just get this interview over. So I get in there. Oh God, Brady, So they make me wait in reception.
Yeah.
I'm going, okay. Now it's 10 o'clock. It's now 10 past 10. It says, hi, we'll see you now. I go, okay, great. Here we go. And so we sit down, and the thing that I remember about the interview, it was the same questions, right? Answer. And they got into an Excel spreadsheet. Do you know how to do Excel? I said, oh yeah, I know how to do Excel. Just the basics. Yeah. That's all. Just the basics. And she said, oh, would you be able to do up formulas? And started going deep into the Excel spreadsheet. So I turned around and then I said, you'll have templates for these Excels, right? So I just copy a template and I can fill it. Show me what. Oh no, we want you to create templates. And I'm going to this, okay, 3 days a week. I'm doing, really? Facilities manager. I'm going to be checking fence lines. I'm going to be making, gardens. Hey, I got tech here. I tech something, make it. And I just, I came out of that and I went home and I said, Annette, I'm not working there. I'm not doing it. Yeah. And so, Annette was freaking out a bit about, I've got no income, I'm not doing this, but we've always had the rainy day money, right, sitting.
Yeah.
Don't worry. So within 3 weeks, I got a call, and it was, hey, come on in, I got a 200 apartment block for you. I'm in. We're going. Yeah. So we jumped into that, and it was only for 6 months, and that's down Albert Street. Oh yeah. And because they were going to do the remedial work.
Right. Yeah.
So it's 7 years now, bro.
Is it finished yet?
It hasn't started. That's the funny thing about it. And this is great being on the committees, right? And now I've been, so from there, Brady, I've built up a little portfolio, right? So I'm sitting on all these committees and seeing these things. I see the hatred. I see the anger. I see the envy. I see the...
God, it sounds like an episode of Star Wars.
It is. We should be writing diaries. I'm telling you, everything goes on. Body corporate secretaries, how they operate, how chairmen operate, how committees operate. They get in their little groups. And we're at what I love the most is we're at the table. We have no responsibility. Yeah. In a way. Yeah, we'll manage your building day to day, but these guys... It's like a spider's web, right?
Yeah. Trying to get them to make decisions when there's tension in the room can be very interesting.
Yeah. And it's a thing where I've learned very quickly to play the politics, and it's a political game of how to get things done and all that sort of thing. Yeah, that's I've actually quite enjoyed it, not in a bad way, but it's just about how to manoeuvre the chessboard. To get people to vote on the right things that you want to, because at the end of the day we're looking after an asset. That's an asset that's worth 50 million or it's worth 200 million possibly, right? Who's got the qualifications to do that? Yeah, exactly. The janitor that's coming in and is going to charge 10 grand to run your building, or is that what the committee want? I'm just going to pay you 10 grand to do that. Yeah, but it should be 20 grand and you've got a 40 million, $50 million asset.
Yeah, I've always thought that our fee should be linked to the value of the building.
Value, like
the
commercial.
If the building is worth $50 million, then the budget should be a percentage of that value, and then you run it from there.
That's it.
But man, trying to get these people to understand that.
No.
It's a real oily rag type mentality.
Oily rag, and they look at you. What do you do? I never see you. I'm a visiting manager.
Yeah.
I could be here at midnight on Saturday night because that's when I choose to do my rounds.
Yeah.
No. You weren't here at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. No, I was probably in the office doing my emails.
Yeah.
And that side, because they don't see that side of it either. They don't see we're dealing with 80, just for example, 80 apartments.
Yeah.
There's 80 different people.
Yeah.
And they're all coming at us at different times. So, but when someone has a problem, they come to us. They think that's it. And you're answering the door at your office or you're talking to them. They think they're only talking to you. And for that day, they think, oh yeah, that's it. The one problem instead of we're having 10 and we're balancing, juggling the balls.
Look, two things that I picked up on there are real clear and obvious. One was the we never see you, so therefore you must be doing nothing. Yeah, and it's like, bloody hell, are you kidding me? Well, that's what we say to our team all the time. It's like, you've got to report, you've got to communicate, because if people don't see you doing stuff, then they think you're doing nothing.
I've got an app for that.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But you're right. Yeah, it's communication's probably the strength that Annette and I figured out. That, let's just talk to people, because you get some feedback. The first feedback from when I was at Ascent. Then we really appreciate you telling us what's going on. Oh, really?
Great.
I thought that'd be normal. You know, I just coming from a comms background, I suppose. Broadcasting, you just communicate, let people know what's going on.
And the other one was about you said before about the phone and the amount of apartments in any particular building. You know, if everyone decided that they had an issue all at the same time and tried to call you, like, how would you'd have no chance? And that's why we went down the road, and a lot of people, like, some people don't like it, but we went down the road of having like a tiered system for contacting us. Yeah. You say, oh, we get this bloody call centre, and it's like, because do you know the volume of calls that come into our company every day?
Yeah. They don't care about that.
No, they don't give a shit.
They care about their building.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Yeah. That's fair enough. And you've signed us. Okay. Up the fee, and we'll give you this level of service. Yeah. We'll get in there. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And we'll have the phone. So it's a bit like, same with our company now, is the phone. So you ring me, you can't leave a message. Please text me. Yep. And they go, oh, I can't leave a message. Well, mate, I probably could. You know, back in the day, I used to get 10 messages. Yeah. In the morning or afternoon, something like that. So I'm go into messages, hi, and then you get to one message, and you had to go, you've got 5 messages. Here's your first message. Get you the first message, and then it goes all the way through, and then hang up. Yeah. Well, there's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Okay, 5, delete. Okay, next. So I just said, no, please text me. Yeah. Works a dream.
Because by the time you finish clearing your voicemails, you've got bloody 3 more.
You got 3 more.
Yeah. So it's a never-ending thing. We did that bloody exercise years and years ago, and we kept a spreadsheet for a couple of months, and the volume of calls actually it surprised me. I had no idea exactly how many calls the team were getting, and we were like, okay, so you're literally spending all day on the phone.
Data.
Couldn't get anything done.
That's it.
Information.
Data. That's it. How do I adjust my business for that? Yeah. And things like that. So I've just done that with Greg and Savita. And now Charlie. Okay, you're complaining about after our phone calls? Yeah. Show me.
Yeah. How many have you got?
Let's go for a month. There we go. Let's go. Boom, boom. Because I pride myself on communication. So there shouldn't be a reason why people are ringing you unless there's an emergency, right? So emergency, what's that? There's police, possibly ambulance, but you're probably too late. And obviously fire, you know. So, okay, what are they asking about as well? What are they asking, and why are they asking that? Are they just that 1%? They just annoy you? Yeah. And just going to do it anyway. Yeah. Have no respect for you that you know, office hours 8 to 5. Nah, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, I ring the manager up. Oh, hi. When's the front door handle been fixed? Yeah. 8 o'clock Saturday night. Well, what? Come on, mate. There's a sign on the door saying the door handle's under repair.
Yeah, just checking that it's still under repair.
Yeah.
And I guess out of all these, because we're all hearing the same stories, we've got the same stories to tell. Right. You've probably been to America and talked to people over there, and they've all got the same issues. We've been to Australia and done the same thing. Yeah. same issues, different country, pretty much. And I guess
it is. Yeah, we've imported. What I don't like is we've imported. So the Gold Coast, the townhouse, condos, all of that. We've imported their system of management into New Zealand.
Yeah.
So this is what a number of the body corporates use, that My Community and that sort of thing, and they do their books and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but we've imported problems with that. So I just like to keep my eyes open and go this way and go, oh, is there a better way? And that hates me, get sick of it, because I always go, why? Why are we doing that? You know? Oh, well, this is what there's a better way to do this. And so you get the building into line and you make it happen. So
was it that idea of like solving problems and like creating efficiencies and things? Was it like what sparked you to start creating your apps? Because you've got the app now, the Prop app, but prior to that you had the Property Butler app.
Yeah, like that's version 2 now, basically. Yeah.
And so what inspired you to create the very first one? Yeah,
so it's to go exactly what you asked, to go back. It's about solving problems and that sort of thing. I really quite enjoy that, right? That's why I love building management. You get in there, you solve these problems, and as you said, every day is different, right? Yep. So really enjoy that. So the idea was that I knew technology's coming, as it's going to continue to come, and the advances in the technology to help us as building managers, body corporate secretaries and all that. And again, just going back, there's so many different pieces to the pie of running an apartment building. There shouldn't be. It should come back to, it should come into one and just seamless. And technology will do that for us, Brady. So the idea was my pain points. So the old cliche. And so what are my problems? Well, every time a new person moves in, because those ratbag bloody real estate agents, right? Say, oh, you just go and see him. He's all good. So 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, going, hi, I'm here with my moving truck. Can you help? And I did that in Albert. I said, no. Saturday morning, I'm not available. Tell your moving truck guy to come back on Monday. She ended up in tears. This girl was watching on the security camera. I felt so bad. So I went down and go, here you go, going up you go, So I didn't mind, right? I said, but it did aggravate me at the start. Oh, the real estate agent told me I could just move in. Or it's the property manager, And I still get it down where I am now, Brady,
Yeah,
I'll be there to help you all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, though, where they just, like the property managers and the real estate agents, they sort of see us as a bit of a dumping ground, They're like,
they are.
I've done my bit now. In you go, and just turn up on his doorstep and pester him, and it'll be fine.
That's it. So that's it is an issue. It's a real issue, and it's annoying. And technology will help with that. And one thing when we just happened now, brand new lady's turned up. First thing she did was email, and she said, I understand you've got an app for the building. Yes, we have. We'll put you into it right now. Follow the process, download it, etc., etc. Log yourself in.
Yep.
And then she came back this morning. That's so fantastic. She knew exactly how to move in.
Yep.
She knew what to do, and she needed to contact us again. Can you help with this? Yep, sure, we'll do that. Or then, don't forget to open your power account. How many times does that happen, Brady? People go, oh, my power's gone off. How long you been here? 2 months.
Exactly.
Open the power. Oh, no, the lights were on when I came. First thing they forget goes
power must be free around this place.
We love free power. So that's why I built the app. So it was as simple as it was my pain points. Now I know you and I have the same pain points. Every other building management company has the sort of same pain points. So that's where I've just put that together going, this is a good idea. Tenants have the same pain points when they move into an apartment. Housing, everything's the same.
Yeah.
Body corporate secretary, they've sold an apartment. Why don't you tell us who the new owner is? Ian, I don't know myself because the lawyers take so long to file the title claims that the body corporate secretary doesn't know. Because that used to be a bugbear. Why don't you just email me and tell me, apartment 108's just sold and so-and-so's coming in? No.
There's so many hands that touch that transaction, By the time it gets there, it's like it's a couple of weeks later, or maybe,
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. But the owner's coming in the day after they've signed. Hi, I'm here. Okay, mate. Well done. You made it. Who the hell are you?
Yeah, well, who the hell are you is right. And you
Yeah.
look at, there's no updated owner list
Nothing.
from yesterday, and it's,
That's it.
yeah, they could be anyone off the
Yeah.
street.
Then we're getting it from the committee side
Yeah.
of it. Right, do you know everyone in this building? Nah, I've got no idea, mate. You know?
And nor will we ever, because, as much as we're tasked with keeping an updated list of
Yes.
residents and
Yes.
stuff,
Yeah.
you can never keep that thing fully updated. People move in, they move out, they come and they go. And
Especially if you become a visiting site manager, and then so you don't really have that real relationship compared to a live-in manager,
Yeah,
right? Because
totally,
you're there 7 days a week and you're running into them all the time. But from a visiting manager, you don't know, and because then the owners, it's just this 6 degrees of separation, whatever they call it, it moves out, and then you get someone owns an apartment and they live in London, say, and then they've decided to sell it. Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
And they might have sold it to someone in London through their mates or something and said, oh, I'll buy that. And then they come out and go, oh, hi, I'm here. And you go,
yeah.
okay, mate, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm the new owner.
Yeah.
Oh, right, didn't know anything.
Yeah, thanks for telling us.
Poor old body corporate city cheese as well. They don't know.
So with the app, like what could you see was the potential for it? Because I mean, like I guess you can develop it for your own needs and that, but could you see like a bigger market or a bigger concept for it?
So I realised early on for us as management companies, there's platforms for us to do that. So I went to go call it a step further or another direction. I went to the person living inside the apartment, the owner or the tenant, because I wanted them to pay for it. But it's they're the ones who need the information. So for us, we can do a platform, and there's dozens out there. So commercial, residential, where we do the works orders and do that sort of thing, right? But I found that we need to communicate with the tenants and the owners. So I started over there to come backwards this way. So now when I look at the, I've got this I've got this sort of like a timeline of a developer coming up with the idea to build an apartment block. Look what you're doing next door. So that goes, I'm going to buy some land. Right from there. So then he gets an architect. Okay, I brought the land, he's done his bank transfer. So all the way the right through. Now, I've found lately, after our boom that we've gone through the last 5 years, I've found that the handover process, now here's another whole discussion, is the handover process. So just bear with me on this and I'll run you through this one. Yep. So over at Oraki, I took over this new apartment building. So they were telling me, it's going to come online shortly. I said, okay, great. Can I come in and have a look around first? And had this project manager / building company supervisor, whatever, team leader, whatever you want to call him. No, was his first answer. And so when you got the developer, I said, no, he needs to come. He's asked to come have a look. So I went with the developer. And so we had a quick tour around. Absolute pigsty, right? Imagine the car park, and I had all the construction mess and all that. So that's okay. There's still tiling and all that sort of thing. So last clean hadn't been done, anything like that. Now you'll last clean, you'll know where I'm going here. So so that's okay. So I said, all right, can I get a list of contractors who put in the door control system, Sky TV system? Who's the company that? No. Okay, this is great. So I'm thinking to myself. So I kept it in my diary, and each week I'd ring. Hi, can I get a list, please? And I'd CC in the developers. Hey, can I get some information? I just want to get sorted, because the developers sort of going, hey, Ian, we're looking at the end of the month. They're all going to come in, the owners. Go, yeah, okay, cool. It'd be great. Can I get in? Can I get in? And no. So anyway, long story short, I turn up on the day that the owners, so CCC's given. So I turn up on the day that the owners are allowed into their apartment. Now, how does that work, Dave? I'm supposed to be the building manager, and I'm supposed to know how everything in the building works.
Yep, and you haven't been allowed into...
Not been allowed in. Yeah. Ian, you're the new building man. Could I get another swipe card, please? I don't even know where the door controller system, mate. I don't even know how to do that.
Why do you think the construction guy was being obstructive? Why do you think they were not letting you in?
CCC. Just you're not coming in until we hand it over, so we're clear.
Oh, but still, you could have been able to gather so much information without that,
Guess where my files came, Brady? In a USB stick.
Right.
1,500 PDFs.
All unlabelled.
Oh yeah. 126895, and it's under building.
Jesus.
What does that mean? I'm trying to find the swipe card contractors and no idea. And from there I went, this is just wrong. This is why I built the app, and I've really gone deep into giving the details into there and trying to make that happen. So I want to work with developers to go hand this over.
Yep.
So it's the closing documents, right?
Yep.
It's what we call in America, they call it closing documents. The handover. Let's do the handover. How do you want to do that? Well, I've got a professional app for you, and here it is. All the information's right there. And then we can go drill into it and go, here's apartment 504's details. Brand new. I'm talking about brand new, obviously. Here's 504's fridge, and here's how they operate. Here's the fridge warranty. Here's the stovetop. Here's the microwave, and here's a video how to change the timer on the microwave, on the clock when there's a power cut. That little thing right there.
Yeah.
Who knows how to do that? I still don't. I'm sure you don't do. Kylie?
Get that one of the kids to do it.
Get the kids to do it. Yeah, exactly right. So that's a big driving force where I've just changed from other platforms. I've just changed a wee bit there because I know it's helpful for me as a building manager, but back again to the tenant or the owner of the property. Here it all is here. And they can have their own special part in their property, which only they get to see. And that has their body corporate documents from the, BCs have their portals. No one has that now. So all the documents are specific. We can log into if they're using a software package. So this is where I go back to, we've imported the Aussie stuff. Software, we can use the like Xero.
Yep.
So we can do, if the body corporate's using Xero, we API, they call it, into it, and we just drag certain information, like for apartment 504. So that's all they get to see, and then we can have the general sort of funds if the body corporate committee want to expose that or whatever. I don't mean that they're hiding anything. I mean they just make it just do it personally for each apartment for what they owe and arrears and that sort of stuff.
You mentioned before about that timeline of the say of the property development.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the timeline like for you to actually develop your app? Like, did you have an idea mapped out in your head initially, or did it kind of grow organically?
Yeah, it grows every day, and it hurts the bank balance. So don't ever do it, Brady.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
but it's idea to start with, information. Give them information about the building. And then on my timeline, when I did this timeline, I looked at it and went, oh, here's the contracted building. And then even afterwards, we go, okay, here's the owner. Okay, now he's got a property manager possibly, or he's got a real estate agent coming in, or the developer had a real estate agent. And so then we go from there, oh, there's a new owner, or there's new tenants. And then, oh, he's sold, so a new owner can, it moves along. So I'm just sort of thinking, right, I'm in that niche right there, and I'm just thinking there's an opportunity to go both ways now. I can go backwards, and the technology that's at the back here now, there's something I found at the building show at in Vegas when I was over there. January. Yep. And they software for project management of building, like the apartment building here, how the builders do that. I can tap into that and pull what I need for each apartment, say for argument's sake, and so the details go in once. So there's no more PDFs, mate. Yeah. Okay, hang on, I've got to find the PDFs. Oh, it's in Dropbox somewhere, and Dropbox going, you have to subscribe. You're over your 1 gigabyte. Another subscription to go to.
Exactly, another password to remember.
Yeah, and you don't really, I don't use Dropbox. My whole business is on Google, right? Yep. So Google Drive. So, we'll just put it in there. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, jeez. Well, you want something that talks to everything. So that's the idea with that. So that's the future for me, is to talk to these companies and try and work with them, and makes it easier. So when it comes to that handover, I go back. Yeah, mate, I won't turn up until the very first day. All good.
Yeah.
And then, bing, there's Matt.
Thanks
very much. But I find that when you take over a building, Brady, the contractors are tired, right? They just don't want to know about it.
Yep.
And now we go into snagging, defects.
Oh,
here we go, right? Yeah. Come on, boys. You got a problem here?
Yeah, another problem.
I'm actually working on another project now, Ian, and we'll come over in 2 weeks, and I'll bring everyone with us. 2 weeks, mate. How am I explaining that to someone who's just paid $5 million for their apartment that's got problems, and now they come out into the garage and they got problems with the common areas? $5 million. Come on.
Mate, you'd expect it to be all pretty hunky-dory on handover for $5 million, wouldn't you?
So very quickly, I'm going to stay on this quick story of this building I took over. So I go for the walk around on this morning. So I go down, and it's got one of those car jack lifts, you know, the 2-story ones. So I go in there, and I said, it was a mess. The car park was a mess. The dust and bits of sawdust and just scrap. They hadn't cleaned it out properly.
Yeah.
They said, no, it's all clean. I said, this ain't clean.
According to who?
Oh, it's up to you now. And the developer was there. I said, well, are you going to leave it like this? Or are they doing that? Or are you wanting us to come and clean it? Because that's another charge. I'm not a cleaner. What do you want to do? And he said, oh, no, you should, yeah, I'll sort that out, Ian. And the old push-off, right? Yeah, I'll sort that out. No. So I said, oh, could you just lower the car jack lift down, please? And because it's got the grooves in those car lifts. Right? Yep. I just had a hunch, Brady. You know, I just had a hunch. That's 7 years.
It's experience.
It's experience.
Yeah.
And so he lowers the. He's coming down. First of all, the builder's going, no, I haven't got the keys or anything to do. I go, oh, hang on a minute. And I'm turning the button like this, and I stood there with my hand on my hip, and I was just looking at him, looking at the developer. And you could see him going, no. And bang, down it comes, covered in construction rubbish.
Yep.
Oh, mate, you know. Oh, yeah, we'll get someone onto that. They never did, Brady.
Yeah.
Never did.
Yeah.
Place is a mess. So the owners turn up. Here's your first impression, right? You only get one shot at it. So I used to complain to the construction companies, and I went to the CEO, and I went to the head of personnel or head of people performance or something. Have you got one of those people in your company?
We do, actually.
Cool, Brady. But I went to them. Guess what? They sent me an email. Please stop your complaints coming to us. I said, well, I thought you'd want to know.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe you're best to go back to Christchurch and build industrial warehouses and stay out of the apartment comment.
Oh, is that their market that they'd come from, is it?
So the developer gave me a little phone call. I said, well, man, I'm only telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm sticking up for the poor bugger who just spent $5 million buying one of your apartments. And I get handed over this, and I get all the...
You get all the grief?
Grief? I said, come on, that's not fair. Oh, I understand where you're coming from, Ian, but you shouldn't be doing that. So why not? They're responsible. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but how else are they going to learn? Like, you know, if you're going to build that sort of stuff, you don't present it like that. They've got to raise their game.
Yeah.
So that might work well in the industrial or the commercial market, but mate, you're dealing with people's homes. You're not dealing with just a bloody warehouse where they store goods or whatever.
100%.
You know?
You're exactly right, bro. Yeah. That is it. And I kept going. This guy's paid $5 million. And you've left the garage in such a state. And then you had a little old lady who actually owned the car jack. This was her. And she had no idea how to use it. No instructions, no nothing.
No induction, no training, no nothing.
That's your job now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you guys wouldn't let the guys wouldn't let me in here for months beforehand to learn all that.
And to learn all that, because I wanted to present, go, right, how can I help? Right? That's my first question to be, how can I help you? Instead of when you become reactive, it's going, hi, yeah, not my job. You get to that, so you've been there, mate.
Oh, mate, and people do not want to hear that. Like they don't want to hear anything about, you know, not my job, or people want to be helped, you know, and that's why they come to us. And a large part of our job, as we said before, solving problems and just being helpful.
And we enjoy that.
Yeah, we do.
To a point, right?
Yeah. We enjoy it when we've got all the information and it's easy. But if we've been withheld information or not, you know, provided the right stuff, then it's a bloody nightmare.
Yeah. Information's king. Communication's king.
You were talking before, so you mentioned Vegas, and I know you've just been overseas recently. So you obviously look to go and research these things further afield. Like, so how have you found that? You must find some pretty amazing stuff when you go to America and that.
Yeah. And little old New Zealand, we're doing all right.
Oh, that's good to hear.
But we need to expand our minds and our concept of things and try things. That's what I'm hitting the wall where people don't want to try it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that looks pretty good, Ian. Yeah, we'll let you know. They don't want to give it a shot. It's free. Give it a shot. See what you think of the app and put it in there and just let's get some feedback and go. Whereas over in the States, they go, yeah, right. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's quite good. Oh, and usually, there's another guy that we're talking to. So, okay, that's fine. But America, Brady, the market size is massive. So I've been selective of where I wanted to go and what I should go to. That I think, personally, I'm thinking, well, where can I get this app into the market and that sort of thing. And that's where I've just changed a wee bit from building management, from where I originally started and that sort of thing. And now going, oh yeah, single family homes, single family rentals. Now there's build to rent, so that's another thing on top. So you've got property management in there, but I don't think New Zealanders know how to manage the building. Have you been offered any build to rents?
Yes, we have.
To manage it?
Yep.
So you're looking at a property management side of it as well?
You're
doing that?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways of doing it. Like some crowds have their they've already got their property managers in house and they just want the facility side of it done. Yeah, that's fine. There's another side where they're actually looking at a total like staffing package and they're saying, how would you staff this? And we're saying, well, you need property manager, you need a FM, you need a maintenance guy, you need cleaners, blah blah blah. Sort of giving them the whole picture. But it's definitely like a growing little niche, isn't it?
Good. It is a growing little niche. So in America, when you talk about build to rent, these companies, old family money, some of them, and they buy, their portfolios go, I've got 150,000 units across the states. Okay, interesting. How do I get in there?
Just one family will do.
One family will do. And so, but it's like anything. You got to start off in the small ground, and then word gets around, and it slowly goes up to the big boys, and you get involved in that, right, into that market. So so the States. So this last trip I went to ended up in Denver. My little nephew's he's playing rugby.
He's playing rugby. I saw that on LinkedIn.
Caught up with him and said g'day and watched him play rugby. But it's a different game to Kiwi rugby.
But less physical, maybe.
It's a skill. Anyway, the skill set wasn't the greatest, and I was in Washington. I hired a car, and I go, "Where's the stadium?" And I'm expecting Eden Park sort of thing, And I'm out the back of this industrial area, parking. Jeez, it reminded me of a ground back in Napier where I used to play rugby, Park Island. There's one grandstand. But if they grow, mate, we're in trouble. If the Americans hit rugby and do it properly, oh boy, we're in trouble.
And you can see why the NZR is like lining up. I think they're kind of heading more down the Japan track now, but they've seen America and they're thinking we need to keep one foot in this camp, one foot in that camp. Because it'll catch fire at some stage.
And there's a lot of Kiwis over there. So Greg Cooper's over there coaching.
Oh, nice one.
So he's over there coaching, and a couple of weeks All Blacks are over there running around playing a bit of rugby too. But I ended up at Denver at this Housing Innovation Summit. So these guys are right at the forefront of construction. So homes, not apartments, so much apartments, so mainly homes, but they talk about modular homes and building modular buildings for apartment construction, right? So, and we're doing a bit here. I
see the one in the paper the other day.
He's gone bust.
Is he?
Did you see? There's one today, I think it is.
Oh shit!
Belly up, a modular home,
right? Which
is a shame.
It is a shame.
This is where I go back to. We've got the tech and got the brains to do it, but we don't have the scale. And also, it's very sort of protective. Where give the guy a go. In my circumstances, I've approached a couple of big companies. Give us a go. Just get us on a pilot. And they're just going, no, you're okay. They want to go fishing on Saturday or Sunday. Oh, come on, guys, And this, I think, slowly it cracks down, and it's that grind, Brady. So I'm starting a whole new company, and I'm grinding. But it's so this innovation, one guy got up there, and he has. So you know how you build a house frame, and you're in a shed, and you build the wooden frames. So in New Zealand, we get the wood, cut the timber, put it on a big box, and we bang it together. Have it so there's a door there, a window there. Pick it up, throw it on a truck, take it to the site. So this guy's basically got robots, and he puts it all together with robots. And he's sitting there going, yeah, these things are only $5,000 at on Amazon. These robotic arms, you know, like the car factory. They go like this. And so he goes, yeah, they're only $5,000. The money's in the software.
Right.
And so that's okay. So he said, I've done it all, got the robotics, we've got it all working. And he said, they can even take, you know, you go to the lumber yard and you look down. I remember I was doing the house up and make sure it's straight. Get the straightest bit. So and you see one curve. He said, I can. The robots can grab it and they twist it out, force it out, and nail it in so it's straight. Jesus, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So
work 24 hours of the day, never take a sick day. They just need a bit of grease every 8 months.
Yeah.
And off you go.
That sounds pretty good to me. Is it the future of building management?
Let's not talk staff, Freddie. So, but that where I'm going, wow, that's exciting. And that's coming along. Then on that foot, so here we're still building with sticks, right? So he's still building with sticks as well. So over this side, I met a guy from Russia. And you know, you just sit there and they talk. We all talk to each other. It's really good fun, the networking side of it. And he comes along and he goes, I said, so what do you do? And he goes, I've got this product, which we're in New Jersey at the moment. We've just come to the States. And he said, what we do is we make a mold, and we can do it on a building site. We can make this mold on site, or we can have it in a factory. And he says, we automatically make it, and we pour this liquid into the mold, and it sets in 30 minutes. Pick it up, and you can have windows, you can have your door frames, all that sort of thing. Pick it up and truck it off in 30 minutes. He goes, yeah, 30 minutes, it's done. I go, wow, this is amazing. So I said, what's it made of, you know? And he says, you know your jib board? And I'm going, yeah, gypsum. And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, we mix that with some water and something else, which is our secret. And he says it goes off. Boom. You can have your panel as thick as you want. So insulation, all rates right up the top. Better than pink bats, better than all that. Waterproof, all waterproof. You can't you whack it with a hammer. You do all that. So great for housing New Zealand. No more jib repairs. So you look at all that and you go, well, why aren't we bringing that? You know why? Because, and it's what he has trouble in the States, and one of the big things that came out of this conference at the end, Brady, was every state has a set of rules, and then every county inside that state has a set of rules, and then every town inside that county, inside that state, has a set of rules.
Bloody hell.
And that's exactly it. That's why it's so hard. And we've got that in New Zealand. So you think government rule, and then you go to Napier, for example, to do something. Well, Napier City Council got their own rules to build a house. Different from Hastings City Council, 20k down the road.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, fair enough. But surely, and again, we're in a monopoly with Fletchers, and am I allowed to say that? Probably not.
Yeah, right.
But they're the guys that are controlling everything, and as long as they're making a bucket load of money, they're not going to change it very quickly, are they? But I just thought, this guy, what a great inventions he got.
But you can see I guess that's the chance where you go to get to see the innovation and see what other people are doing around the world. We were saying before how it's good that you get to just sort of drop the day-to-day stuff of what we do, and you get to go out there with a totally different set of eyes on, and you're like thinking, shit, look at all this cool stuff that's out in the world.
But then you got to come back, Brady, and then you're back into it. Ian, can you sweep the drive? This is beautiful stuff. I just got off Air New Zealand at 6 a.m, spent 45 minutes in a queue to get through immigration. I'm not going to go into that, but what a joke that is. How can any tourist come into New Zealand with that and see that? And then you get the car, pouring with rain. Welcome back to New Zealand. And then I'm in the office by about 8 o'clock. I might have something to eat. No, Ian, we've got to go. This is happening. Hurry up. Come down here. Sweep the drive.
You're back to real life, eh?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yeah. And so you got to make decisions to keep going. And this is where, well, personally, I grind. So I keep going at night, turn the TV off, I'm working,
Yep.
doing something else. No one sees that.
Mm,
You know, they all think I'm just a building manager.
Yeah.
That. But there's a lot of work. You would have done it when you were starting your own as building manager, active. You were driving out at 10 o'clock at night to unlock a door or to go see something and all that.
Yeah, yep. But people, like you say, people don't see that and they don't care about that. You know, it's
so
tough.
we lost. I'm quite proud. We lost our first building last year. Out of, so that's 5 years we had this, and it came down to personalities. And it's always nice to hear, Brady, when I met someone whose son owns an apartment in this particular building, and it's always nice to hear. I was talking to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, they should have got rid of you," and it wasn't me; it was the company, right, and staff and that. And I said, "Yeah, I know. We do a good job. We do the basics very well." And he said, "Oh yeah, the crowd that's got in there now." I said, "So what did they change, really?" I said, "What was the feedback you were?" He said, "Oh yeah, they didn't like your building manager." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's personal." I said, "Who didn't like them?" Because a number of people really did like them. And so committee, one or two on there, right, hey, I don't like you. I've got that. Oh, I don't like him.
Yeah.
He told me no. 6 years ago, he told me no. I'm going to get him. Oh, okay. If that's your engine and you want to burn that, well, good on you. You know, better things to do, like going to the States. Shit, man, I'm going this way. You can stay here. So then he said, "Oh, the place has just run down. Now this is nearly 8 months, 9 months now. So they've gone cheap, and they're paying for it."
Yep. But that whole thing about that personal, like when people get personal about it, that's really disappointing, because some people, like, they hold on to these little grudges, like you said. Oh, you didn't help me out a couple of years ago when I, you know, and it just, some people it bloody sticks with that. But I think to make commercial decisions based on something like that is pathetic. And that's where, you know, this industry's got to mature and get away from that. And people, if they're going to be own an apartment and be on a committee, man, they need to do some homework about how to actually work as a group, and, you know, how to treat people. Like we had a committee meeting last night, and there was a whole lot of swearing and carrying on going on. It's like that's not how committees operate. There's a certain level of professionalism that needs to happen. And it was targeted at us as well. And it was like, wow, really? You know, these bloody directives that we were given to go and do this. And they said, you better not fuck that up. And I was like, so do you want that put in the minutes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
You know, it's just, man, there's just some people out there just should not be on committees.
Yeah, I totally agree. I call them the 1%ers. They shouldn't own apartments. They should get the hell out of it. And
in the country.
There's absolutely no avenue for people, body corporates or committee, to get owners out of it. You can't, bro, unless they owe money. That's it. If they haven't paid their BC fees, and it will take 5 years of that, they owe 50 grand, and you go through the tribunal, and that's the way to get them out. I said to these committee men, said, "Oh yeah, we'll get rid of these guys." I said, "No, you won't. You're going to go to the tribunal. Are you ready for a fight? Because you're going to go to the tribunal. It's going to go through this, and this. It's going to cost you a lot of money." So, and you know, the body corporate secretary is sitting there going, "Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money. I can recommend a lawyer."
Because they get fees as well.
Off it goes. And it's going to take forever. And the sad part about it, I believe what you're saying about they need to be trained. I think we've been doing that. I'm not a socialist or anything like that, but I believe that there should be a government department that take a lot of the complex nature of running a building off a volunteer committee. And no offence to, there's a lot of good committee people, and because a lot of them don't know. So I'm talking about the long-term maintenance plans, the budgets for those long-term maintenance plans, which is discussions at the moment under the Unit Titles Act and that sort of thing. That should be run. You should, you know, a board which should control New Zealand for a Unit Titles Act, and they should have an engineer, they should have a lawyer, they should have financial, an accountant, something like that. Right? And that's a body that just takes, they're not responsible. They run your building in this part. Committees can choose paint colours for the foyers and create the community and do those sorts of things. So these important instructions would come down from them and say, this year you are going to paint your foyers, please choose a colour. Those guys don't do that.
Yeah.
But they go, here you go, this is what we're going to do. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. No, you have to
No,
do
you have
that.
to do it. We said you have
Because
to
it
do
maintains the building
Yeah.
rating, right? And it doesn't turn it into a derelict squat
Mm.
in the next 5 years.
Professional committees would be like a massive step forward, I think.
It'd be fantastic.
And it might be that it's a combination. It might be a public-private partnership type thing where you have,
Yes.
like consultants.
Yeah.
You have, say, one or two members of the owners group that sit on that board,
Yes.
just so that they are aware of what's going on.
Yes.
But then they also have to report back to their own
Absolutely.
actual committee. But yeah,
Absolutely.
someone making the decisions independent of some of these more emotional thinkers.
Yes.
Man, I think that'd be the way to go.
Yeah. So you look at the what was that crowd that took over the harbour, North Shore, the building. They just came in the paper the other day that
Spencer.
they took the lawyers to court
And they won.
and they won.
Mm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that poor committee
Mm.
has probably been doing that for 5 years, possibly.
Yeah.
They'll be
buggered.
buggered.
I think it was a bit longer, but yeah, it was. That was a hell of a case, and that should put a whole lot of lawyers on notice about.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure we cross our
Yeah.
T's and dot our
Yeah.
I's.
But it should never happen,
Mm.
right? So that whole building where it has some issues,
Mm.
well, get this over here to run that stuff, run the remedial works and that sort of thing. A government responsible body that looks after all the buildings, and they have a sort of a format or a template, for a simple word, of how each building works, so it's uniform. Helps us.
Mm.
And then they go and hi guys, this is what you're doing for next year. Your financials are all done. Here's your fees in the body corporate. Here's your fees you're going to have to pay. Go, okay, that's great. And if someone goes, oh no, I don't want to change the car park roller door. Well, we're going to change that, because in 5 years it's going to cost you 10k instead of 5k now.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens too.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't fix that little problem,
Yeah.
it's going to end
It's
up
a
costing
bigger problem.
more.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen that. How many times we've seen that?
Yeah, mate. Too many times.
But how do you make that work? Have we just started it? Maybe, but
Who knows?
there's too many little parties in there trying to,
Well, that's what we were saying
piece of
before
the
about
pie.
how it's such a complicated industry.
Yes.
There's, I don't know if the Unit Titles Act it's kind of moving in the right direction, but I think it's got to take a wider view of the industry and look at, all the different people that are involved, like, the management companies, the body corporate managers, the building managers, all these other contractors that are around, and sort of bring them in for consultation with it as well, because they've only really asked the body corporate managers, what are the pain points and that sort of thing, and a lot of it's around that financial control and legal stuff, but they do need a bit of like on the ground sort of practical stuff from guys like us, I think.
So on that, are we qualified to manage a $50,000 building, $1 million building, or
Yeah,
$100 million asset?
It depends who you ask, and I think on one hand, yes, we are, because we've been doing this for such a long time, and there is a lot of value in experience and time in an industry.
100% on that.
But if you want to have all these little letters and things after your name, then no, we're not. So it's like, have you been to uni to study this for 5 or 7 years? Well, no. But we've both been in this industry for a very long time. We've seen a lot of stuff, heard a lot of stuff.
But what about your staff, say? There's certain limits that your staff can come in. So I've just employed a new guy, and he's come out of a building construction sort of side of things. So he understands the core of the building. I personally wouldn't employ someone completely straight off the street.
No.
Unless I needed a personal assistant for a year to come with me. I'm going to show you what I know. And I certainly don't know everything. I'm learning something all the time, which is great.
Yeah, it's good.
I really quite enjoy that.
Yep.
But the basics are all there. So experience and time. That's how you can do that without the letters after your name. So the FMANZ have started that university degree with the Massey and that sort of thing, and it's an option for people. Would I employ someone with that? No, I'm not, because I don't get paid enough for the running of the buildings.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not going to happen.
Yeah, because they'll have a certain expectation coming out of that course. It's like, I want the big bucks straight away.
Here we go.
Oh,
I've got a bit of paper now. So that old school sort of thought of, I've got a bit of paper, so I'm worth this amount. Well, nah, you're not better than him.
Yeah.
And he's I've trained him, and he's doing very well, or she. Sorry, we should just say men. And you can go there, grab the broom, and start sweeping. I don't want that. I can't see it.
Yeah,
but we don't get paid enough in our contracts.
Yeah, that's right. But it's that sense of entitlement too, isn't it? Which is, it's a big thing. Yeah. And just going back to your app, because I know the old artificial intelligence is a big, it's a big conversation and it's all taking leaps and bounds forward at the moment. What role do you think AI's got to play, firstly with your app, but then also, I guess, in the wider world? Yeah.
So within my app, the way that we're looking at it at the moment is that it's a much quicker way to get information. We're going to put the Unit Titles Act into the app, and so someone's sitting at home at 7 o'clock at night, and they want to know something about the Unit Titles Act, and they'll ask the question, or text it in, put it in text, so it's like a chat bot type sort of thing. Talking to so that's where the AI will work with that side of it, delivering information. But then you got the security of each building's documentation or knowledge and things like that, which is a big thing I find with within the app when I'm putting it into a building. And they say, "Oh, what's the security?" You know, and especially if a tenant leaves, how do we turn that tenant off? I said, well, immediately I click the delete button and they go, and within sort of 10 seconds they can't log in again. So that is what you're going to get is you're going to get in our back end. It's all I've built it so we have sort of pillars of information for that building. So every building has its own server, so to speak, right, which is all encrypted and security and that sort of. So from what will happen there is our AI will talk to those. So you're at Pacifica, it'll talk only to the Pacifica. Once you leave, delete, you don't get any more information from Pacifica. So the artificial intelligence will be a cover that goes into our servers and finds this information. When in the back end, we will probably use the data that's in those silos to see later on, not now, later on will be is the Pacifica doing the same as Viaduct Point and are we getting the same issues? And that's where the value of AI will be able to transition and look for those mistakes. So in the back end, I'll be able to go, tell me how many times communication on the messages have come asking about smoking on balconies. This layman's term, let's just do that. And so that'll come along and it'll ping, 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 ping different buildings and go, right, these buildings are having this information, the same thing. So you could go quite deep into it and go, well, hey, government, here's this continual problem keeps popping up. So it goes back to data rather than AI, but AI is the engine which can go get that data. And we can understand the data and it'll bring it to us to ask questions. Because at the moment we sit here, well, let's get 6 people around the desk and ask about what's the problems, sort of thing.
And we'll all say the same thing.
Here's the proof. Here it's listed here on the proof. Here's what's going on, sort of thing. And then let's go deeper and talk about remedial work and building and construction. Why do these window frames keep coming up as a problem? Let's say, for argument's sake, window frames leaking, or they split, the gap keeps splitting. Oh, that building's got it. That one. Hey, manufacturer, here it is, mate. There's something. Hey, government, here's something with this company building a bad product. So AI is quite an interesting thing where it can drive cars and it can do that. So it's a broad, big base. So when it comes down to, let's take your business for example, probably efficiencies for your staff on a day-to-day basis of writing that email to you. Hi Brady, I'd like a pay rise. I sit there going, how do I ask Brady for a pay rise? Oh, I'll ask ChatGPT to write a very nice, polite email. And then I go, hi Brady,
Yeah,
and then you go, and you'll always go, no. Write an email back to Brady, tell him I'm not happy.
I'll get ChatGPT just to say no.
Yeah. Say no nicely.
Yeah.
And this is that sort of thing. So the efficiencies in a day-to-day office sort of work environment, and your men and girls on the street in the buildings working. And that's where I sort of, a bit with the app, the Prop app, is that I can do that building's online, and you can do everything there. You can talk to that tenant in apartment 104, or you can talk to the owner of 104, or you can talk to the chairman. You can do everything you like while you're there, right there on the spot. So you're not coming back to the office to go, right, now I'm going to send an email and do this sort of thing. That's sort of the way I have it. So mobile, so open to be able to work from home, so to speak.
Well, I guess if you're a living manager, you're working from home anyway.
But
I think it's exciting stuff, and like the few times that I've used like ChatGPT, for example, just asking it to produce something. Yeah. And it's bloody astounding what it comes back with. Like, it's never 100%, but it gives you like it gives you like a framework to go, oh shit, that's about 90% of what I need, and I'll just change that and that and that. You know, and I think it's good. And if we're just scratching the surface of it,
it's the prompts that you put in. That's the skill to give you the really good answer that you're looking for. So, from the AI side of it, just to squeeze over here, which is probably more our day to day. So look, I can sit here, I can open the doors to 10 different buildings on my phone. Okay, so I've got the administration side of it, but I can open doors, and we've put the security cameras in.
Yep.
So you imagine your team sitting here and something's going on, and owner rings up and says, "Oh, I've lost my fob." They don't need to get into their car. They don't need to drive to the building. Beep beep. By the time they get there, someone else has turned up.
Yep.
And they haven't phoned you and said, "Oh, I've got it."
Yeah, I'm in. Thanks.
So you're down there. So you've wasted that gas. You've wasted that time. So now that technology it's sitting in the phone now, where we built it in, so you can slide an icon across, it opens the door, the gate. Now the residents just absolutely love that. So there's no more intercoms. So think about this. There's no more intercoms. And I said to one person, I said, "Yeah, I'm getting rid of intercoms. You don't need an intercom anymore." "Oh, no. I've got to have an intercom on the wall in your apartment." "Why?" I said. "It's on your phone. You can open the door to your friends." And I was going through the process for them. I go, "But what if someone turns up to the gate and wants to get in touch with me?" I said, "Why would they do that?" "Because they're going to ring you now. Why would anyone just turn up at your gate and go to... They're a criminal. That's why they're turning up." I said, "They're going to ring you when they come." She goes, "Oh, yeah, I suppose they are." I said, "Who comes to the gate?" "Oh, a courier does." I said, "No, that's all right. They've got a PIN number to get in. They're all good. I know who they are, because it's the same guy on the route, right?" It's about 6 couriers. Anything really special, they're going to phone the mobile phone. I said, "What do you want an intercom for? You don't need it anymore." So you imagine the cost of intercoms. So there's an older building, $80,000 they've had a quote to put an intercom in for.
Bloody hell.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that? Technology keeps moving. So we've got a sort of generational change coming.
Yep.
I went to a pitch once, and this guy was talking about cleaning, and he's got this cardigan on, he's in his pockets, and he's pulling out the lint in his pocket, and he's putting it on the table. And this was at a body corporate's office. Going like, he's going, "Yeah, what about cleaning? Tell me about how that goes." And I was sitting there looking at this guy. He's asking about cleaning, and the younger guy, our age, Brad, he was looking at us, and he's just going, "Oh, God." And I could see his enthusiasm going, "Oh yeah, let's get Ian. She's got these great ideas. Let's go." This old guy's going, "Oh, I know Johnny's been here. He's great. He's upstairs. And someone gets locked out at 2 a.m, he'll come down." And I said, "Yeah, I've got innovation for all that. No need for that anymore, you know. It's efficiencies." And he's going, Yeah. We've got to clean. You've got to keep it clean here. You haven't explained how you're going to clean it." I said, "Well, I'm not cleaning it." I said, "My staff that I employ as cleaners, they'll come and clean it. Or I'll get a contractor in. Whatever you want, you know. What do you want to do? You're going to pay." He kept saying this. I couldn't believe it. And the body corporate secretary, he said, "Ian, you're the highest. You pitched high." I said, "Yeah, well, I'm worth it."
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed to say that anymore. You know, before you go, "Oh, I really want the business." I said, "No." And I had an advisor, and he said, "No, don't go low. Just go high. You set the standard here." And I said, the guys at buildings that don't take you, they're going to get someone else.
Yep.
And we both know there's a couple of companies out there that go real cheap.
Cheap as chips.
And those buildings, I'd run 1,000 miles if I owned one of those.
Yeah.
And I think, why don't here's one thing that's always, sorry Brady, always sort of got me, is that why don't, when someone is buying an apartment, come to the building manager and say what's going on in the building? Because we know.
Yeah, you know why they don't? Because we're too honest.
We're too honest. They never
we'll tell them exactly what's going on.
It's real estate agents, they don't want to.
Yeah, they want the honest truth.
So I went to buy an apartment and I said to the sales agent, yeah, I'd like to talk to the chairman, please. What? What do you want to talk to the chairman for? Oh, have a chat, see what's going on in the building, sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that. I said, well, I am.
Yeah.
And I said, she
More
goes,
people should.
no, I never talks to I've never had that request before. I said, well, guess what? You have now. I'd like to talk to the chairman. Oh, well, I'll see if I can. I said, no, give me the email address or phone number. And so I ended up going to the body corporate secretary. Here we go. Oh, privacy, Ian. I can't give you the details.
Right.
I said, oh, come on. This is ridiculous. The guy's on a committee of an apartment building of 200. He sits there. He's responsible for all these people. I'm looking to come in, and you won't give me his details to have a chat. Real estate agents sitting there going, bad luck, Ian. Yeah. I said, well, bad luck. You haven't got a sale.
Yeah.
See you later.
And that's what it come down to.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's how stupid.
It is stupid. I mean, you get all that information pack anyway, and if you could probably go through the last couple of lots of minutes and find out who they are.
Oh yeah, exactly right. Mate. Yeah, but officially go through it. Why not? Why doesn't someone come to the building manager and say, "Oh, Ian, I'm buying an apartment in here. What's going on?" Brady, what's going on in the apartment at Pacifica? Oh, well, you probably read the papers, so yeah, there's that. But we got a great team here. We're doing really well, you know? And just say you're the long-term maintenance plan, we're doing this. Oh, yeah, okay, interesting. Cool. I would. It's like a...
Yeah, well, I guess we know what we know. And, I guess we would make different decisions around, buying in body corporates. Like, like this place here, like when we bought this place, and I thought... I was thinking, we'll never buy in a body corporate because we know what goes on.
Yes.
Not that it's all bad. I mean, geez, we're probably generalising, but when we bought this place, we did our research much like how you were too. We knew that the building was solid, and so they were like, okay, let's do it. Yeah. But we did it with a whole lot of knowledge.
Yes.
And knowing what to look for.
Yeah.
We looked at another couple of places, and they're bloody terrible. But
are you on the committee here?
I have been.
You're the chairman.
Oh no. I said you can't have an owner who's a chairman and the bloody, because we're not even the building manager.
Oh,
here,
okay, right.
We'll stay right out of it. Yeah, and I've actually said to them, I'm not standing for the committee this year. You get enough of that.
It's interesting being on the other side of the fence.
It took a while to get used to, because
over here now as an owner,
but I still used to go to the meetings as with my building manager hat on. I was like, oh shit, that's right, I'm an owner here.
I'm an owner here.
Yeah.
Where's the building manager?
Yeah, start bossing.
Come here.
Yeah, but having that empathy for the building manager, he's a good bugger actually.
Yeah.
And you treat them how we'd like to be treated. You don't
you do,
go 100 miles an hour.
No.
Yeah.
You have a chat.
Yeah.
I always say the best friend you can, if you're an owner and you're going, the building manager is your best friend. You will always at some stage need his help. Yeah. So you might as well be nice to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've got the people that are nasty to me. Oh wow! And I'm watching them spend a lot of money. One particular guy, complete a-hole, right from the word go. I said, "Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, you're gonna need me." And now I'm watching him, where I could have saved the money, probably bad thing, but it goes against my grain. But this guy's an a-hole. It's the sort of guy you want on the old ruck, at the bottom of a rugby ruck, right? I got you now. And I'm just watching him. I could have said all he had to be was just nice and all that. Just came roaring in. Oh, I own this place now. You'll do this. Oh, okay, here we go.
It shouldn't be as satisfying as it is, but when you see people make decisions that go against what either we've brought to the table or what professionals brought to the table, and they say, no, we know better, we're going to do it this way, and then it bloody absolutely backfires on them. Like, we see that a lot, and you just go, told you so.
And you don't want to say that.
As much as you don't want to say it. You say it on the inside, I think.
On the inside you say it, but you're going, God, why aren't you listening? You just possibly spent $20,000-$30,000 on a report, and these guys are recommending this. Is what you mean, right?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
We'll do something else. You're going, oh, seriously?
Yep.
Because it's probably $100K. Or my mate down the road, he's got a maintenance, but you know, he used to do this. I'll give him a call. Oh, here he comes. You know,
the old mate down the road.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Chester's pump. Yeah, I can do this. Why isn't your building manager doing this? I should be doing his job. Oh, mate, I don't need you mouthing off like that. You know?
Yeah. Because they know one little slice of information out of the whole story, and it's like they form their opinion on it. It's like, okay.
Oh, it's funny. But nothing's changed from when you started, Brady. Nothing's changed. Except for technology. This has all come. You wouldn't have had any of this. I didn't have any of this when I started, right? So we're, 7 years gap between you and I, our businesses. So this has all turned up, which is great. This is going to just take control, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it'll silence the 1%ers that we call. You just won't. You can't. You'll speak to this AI machine that'll tell you about the Unit Titles Act, and that'll be your answer. And you won't get on your little agenda and your soapbox and have a go at everyone sort of thing. No, because the chairman will sit there and go, oh, hang on a minute, I just look up the Unit Titles Act. Imagine how quick that is.
Yeah.
Because at the moment we go, oh, body corporate secretary, and they go, oh, I think it's something like this, and I'll get back to you, which is fair enough. They don't know the whole Unit Titles Act, but you're going to go, tell me about smoking on balconies.
There it goes.
Here it is. Yeah. Here's the official Unit Titles Act, clause 51.64. Smoking on balcony. This is what an owner can do. Okay, is that clear? That's done in 1 minute.
If you put it in your app, you can call it Chat BC. There you go. Here's a name for you. Rolls off the tongue pretty well.
Rolls off the tongue, Brady. There you go.
Chat
Jesus,
BC. You heard it here first. Chat BC.
Yeah. Open my door, please.
Yeah. There you go.
It's as simple as that. This technology's great.
The other thing you were chatting about before was that decarbonisation. That's an interesting sort of subject to get into.
It's fascinating. Yeah. So Law 47 in America, in New York City. They brought in this Law 47 by 2030. These guys, every building owner has to decarbonise their building. So what does that mean? So it has to be energy efficient. So a lot of the New York buildings, because they're old, right? They've got big coal pits, coal boilers downstairs. So they need to change those out. You're not allowed to burn coal and watch the smoke stack come out the top, right? So that's all over. It's completely all over, that sort of thing. So they're putting in new boiler systems. So it's all going electric. So when you put that electric boiler system in now, so no gas, so it's all electric. So buy shares in electric companies. So they're going to, and so it gets measured, like, you know, Neighbours, Australia. Yeah. So something like that is measuring it. So they're getting themselves down to zero. So that's what it is about. So the air conditioning in here on your roof, is that efficient? Well, you don't know. It's calling us at the moment. But is that running productively? That sort of thing. So it comes back to IoT to measure. So this is the data. So the data can be shoved into an AI machine, and then that'll tell us. So that's where it sort of all goes. So zero carbon, that sort of thing. Big in the States. We're lucky we got hydro dams. So we can tick off that. But the Huntley Power Station. But we have a lot of waste, Brady. So Sean Rubbish Direct, you know, she comes, picks it all up, and off she goes, and they recycle. They do recycling and that. But decarbonisation of buildings is real. It's on the plane ride back, I watched this video about carbon, the unauthorised biography. Fascinating to watch. If you Google it, try and find it. It's just a common sense. It's not an anti-carbon. It's a pro-carbon. It's anti-carbon. It's an educational thing that actually tells you about it, which is I didn't really know. And I found it just fascinating to watch. You
did a LinkedIn post about it, didn't you? About carbon.
Yeah, I did.
Basically carbon's good for us and all that sort of
thing. It's good for we are carbon.
Yeah, we're cool.
Our cells are all made of carbon under the ground, you know. So that was decarbonisation of a building is making it really energy efficient. And we are going to get taxed. I beat the drum like this all the time about it, and I talked to committees, and one of them told me to F off, basically. And I said, okay.
I told you.
I used to say, Phil Goff's going to tax you. He's going to tax you. So we should do these things like glass recycling, what I'm doing down the point, right? And crushing glass and using the sandbags and that. So it's not making that trip out to Rubbish Direct's recycling unit. So it's when you add it up, it's not making that truck congestion.
Yep.
It's not CO2 emissions from that truck. That energy to fuel that truck to make it work to get all the way. So we can go into micro details, but generally, if you think about it, it's just decarbonising your building, make it more efficient. So let's put solar panels on, that'll help. Well, a number of buildings you can't put solar panels on. But hey, you can now, there's glass that turns into a solar panel.
Like windows, you mean? Yeah.
That window right there can be a solar panel, but you can look out it.
Yep.
So that can be creating energy and storing it into a battery. So peak time use, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I think it is, and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
When Coronation Street's on, right? So imagine turning your battery on that's got an hour's worth of power. And so then say from 5 to 6, you're not paying the peak power bill. All of a sudden you save money. That's the speech that needs to be put out to buildings and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's what will motivate people. If they can see a saving, or where they're not having to spend money, then if they're getting something for free, that'll motivate people to get into it.
And that's the argument, or that's the discussion where I think a lot of hardcore greenies don't get. If the capitalist wants to see some a return on investment, ROI, and the greenies go, no, you should just do that. We'll say, yeah, agree with you. Yeah, understand. We're going to get to 1.5 instead of 2 degrees. We need to be at 1.5, the Paris Accord. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. But how do we get there? I can't do it tomorrow. Exactly. I just don't have the budget. I'm going to do it, but go back to our committees that we deal with, Brady. Really? How are we going to, if we took it on to convince them, well, you should be looking at this. Boom, you can imagine it coming. So, but saying that, a couple of committees I'm on, real sort of, Ian, can you look more into that? And yeah, I can do that. So now they're looking at solar panels down the viaduct. They've got the flat roof, so it's okay. So they're looking into the solar panels. So they're cheaper to purchase now, the whole solar panels. So that's a 5-10 years sort of gap to get to a point where now it's actually affordable to put it on the roof for the building. So the return on investment comes in about 5 years. But now we've got the batteries. So the Tesla wall pack, and that's the secret right there. So now, instead of having that diesel generator out the back to when the power goes off in Auckland and your generator kicks in to run the building, you'll have a big battery pack, which I'm investigating. Obviously there's Tesla, but there's also a couple in America, and I'm trying to get one which is good for an apartment building. Don't need the real big one. We can't have the little home one, the Tesla wall pack, and we can't have 10 of those. You sort of just need that one, which is one, which is 10, all in one sort of container. Put it in and shove it in the corner and plug it in. So your solar panel's just trickling, charging it. Even get down to the point where your stormwater runoff, Brady. Now this might be going a bit far, but I don't think so. The stormwater runoff, and it goes into a bladder or storage container, and then you use that to water the gardens of the apartment.
Why not?
That's decarbonisation of a building.
Okay.
So that simple things like that is decarbonisation of the building. So it's open. It's quite wide open, the interpretation of that.
If we were collecting stormwater, it might help the old infrastructure out here coping with the floods and stuff like that.
Well, this is it, right? This is it, because we should be planting trees. Massive number of trees, because it absorbs the rain coming down. And we're just concreting everything at the moment. But the fascinating, I don't know if you heard about concrete now, where they inject carbon waste, carbon emission, they inject it into the concrete and they build it into the, like next door here, the structure. So it's buried actually in the concrete itself. And
that's a good idea.
That's fascinating.
They should be doing that with roads, like getting rid of bloody plastic in the roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's something that's never going to be, they'll be dug up at some stage, but at least it's put somewhere and it's not bloody in the ocean or anything like that.
So plastics is a big thing for me. I've got this concept that I'm investigating with that, and there's fascinating what's coming out of that. So I looked into America, and no one's doing it that I know of, what I've investigated so far. But what your building managers, I believe, I'm not telling you, Brady, but I believe what's going to happen over time is that every piece of recycling is going to get separated by us, building managers, and then it's going to go that way, it's going to go that way, it's going to go that way. It's just not going to go all in one. Sean's got a great rubbish tree, it's fantastic, where they just shove it all in one. We love it. Put all your recycling in there, it just goes away.
Yep.
But more and more people are understanding. So this glass crushing that we're doing down the point there, the viaduct, I sent it out, and I sent out what the weights were that we've been saving. But I've also been weighing the landfill bins that go out and the general recycling. And I've been telling owners, going, oh, did you know we in 4 months we put 5 tons of rubbish into the landfill?
Sheesh.
Right there?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Think of your buildings. Think how much tonnage is going to the landfill, right? So yeah, we know 40% or 60% of its food waste is the heavy and all that sort of thing. So that's great. Auckland Council doing a great job trying to get that underway. So that's great. But then I went, well, you still got the truck emissions and those sorts of things. If you really want to become a bit of a nutcase on it, so we're getting a worm farm. Because we've realised that a lot of people have the waste disposal, so it just goes down there. Okay, and that's fair enough. That's all good. But some people want to put the food waste into a bin.
Do a bit of composting.
Yeah, on site, right?
Yep.
So this is all part of it. One thing I noticed is that this first seminar I went into America, so it's a PropTech, real PropTech convention, right? And it was all just PropTech, venture capitalists, all that sort of thing. And these guys, I had a booth, and the lady next door to me, she had this booth. She was great. She's from New York. And she said to me, I said, oh, buildings. And I told her they call it multifamily over in America. So I said, I'm a multifamily manager. And I do this, and I've got this tech startup. And she goes, oh, yeah, it's really good. And I said, oh. And so we got talking, and I said, what's your problems and what's going on? And she goes, oh, well, these brand new buildings that have been built, they have all these features. I don't like doing that, but features. So a selling point for, and I keep thinking about Sugar Tree, right? Because I watched it being built.
Yes. Yeah.
And I see, and they go, features, we've got a lounge, we've got this lounge, and we've got a gym, and we've got a pool, and we've got this work area, and then we've got this rooftop garden, and I'm going, oh yeah, that's great. And so she goes, in America they had yoga rooms and wellness rooms and meditation. Right? They said they're all empty. No one's using them. Yeah. And she said now these developers go, you guys have to lease this stuff out. I want a return on my money. So no one wants them. No one wants these features. They want a gym. Yep. Yeah, want a gym. That's good. But the whole sort of lounge area on the rooftop, it just gets out of control. Going,
they can get out of control. They can get blood unless there's some mechanism of how they're either booked or, there's got to be a process there to make sure that only people use it when they're booked, and they've got to clean it afterwards, and it's got to be.
I've got an app for that, bro.
Yeah,
you've got a booking system there, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think
you're right.
A lot of these amenities are like in our young apartment market, people are quite attracted to them, but they can so easily be a burden for the manager, for the owners. If you've got a rooftop garden and someone's having a party up there and it's not managed.
Poor guy who's just one level down.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they should sell it all as penthouses and say, the rich guy's up the top.
Yep.
Yeah, aspire to get up there. Yeah. Here it is down the lower ground. You can have your roof. Put a professional bar up there that's going to be functioning as a business, because there's controls and that sort of thing. Yeah, that'll work well. And but
that was supposed to happen with Sugar Tree, with Outro, the third building. That was supposed to have a bar. No, the one on the closest to the street.
Sorry, up the top. Yeah. What's happening with that?
It never got anywhere, I think.
So what is it now? Is it just a space?
I think it's just a space, yeah.
And can you book it, or?
who knows? We don't manage the building anymore. So
Oh, no, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's badly managed.
Well, it is actually. Yeah.
So that's so all those sorts of features. The best feature, I think, and Ockham do this very well. They put a little guest apartment, a one bedder and a bathroom, and they have that to be able to, if you're living in there and your friend's coming over and you're in a small one bedroom apartment yourself, you can book that room. And your mum turns up from Wellington or something, or your mate from Wellington turns up, and they can stay in there. But they go to breakfast and all that in your place, but they can go into there if you don't have another bedroom. I think that is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah,
it really helps, right?
Yeah, for sure, and it just helps build that, I guess, that community within the building, and
you
know, it makes people happy to be there.
Yeah,
essentially. So
So just pointing back to that decarbonisation, just there's what's his name in Mount Albert? Sorry, bro, I've forgotten his name, but I went out there and saw him, and it gets competitive about the recycling,
right?
Because he weighs the waste as well. So he does this guy the apartments weigh their waste, and they have a competition.
Oh, yeah.
You can enter it if you want.
Yeah.
Because some people, I don't care. You know, I'm busy. Yeah, that's fine. All good, mate. Just shove your recycling over there. Yeah, all good. But he's created this sort of competition, and they get it down, and they're just saving everything gets sorted out. He's got about 5 different piles to put it. So plastic's got 3 different plastics.
Yeah, well, that's really getting down to bloody.
That is. But why can't we do that?
Yeah.
Because now the tech or the opportunity to process that particular waste is there to create something else, you know. So that renewable energy. So that's part of the decarbonisation. Just not buying your power from a hydro power company or something like green energy. It's you can do this here, and you're taking this plastic and you turn it into a renewable. Why don't we burn all our cardboard and paper in a big boiler, spin a steam turbine, create energy?
Yeah.
Why aren't we let it? Because the council won't let us have a furnace.
Yeah.
But I got all this waste. Guess what we do with our cardboard and PET plastics, Brady? You get shipped to Malaysia.
Really?
Did you know that?
No, I don't. But at home, we burn all our cardboard. We stick it in our bloody chimney and burn it all. I don't give a shit.
During winter.
During winter. Like all summer, we have and we've got a fireplace and stuff. So it's like throw it all in there, and it's like saved someone. I don't know.
Does it connect to your hot water system?
Nah, but it's just out on the deck.
Brady.
Yeah. I should run a coil around it and bloody heat some hot water with that.
Yeah, you should, mate.
Yeah.
But those sorts of things, that's an energy supply. You're creating heat. Caveman Brady. Burning like a big fire.
Burning cardboard, yeah.
But that's heat, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Now you multiply that up, and as you know, in an apartment building,
yeah.
Especially when you open one, a brand new building, and everyone's buying that TV and the cardboard box. Where do I put this?
I saw that on TV the other night where they were talking about the issue of waste around construction sites.
Yes.
Just how much, there was some horrific figure that the majority of New Zealand's waste comes from construction sites. And I was like, bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. There's the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
I keep looking at, there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you see that and you go, man, why are we so bad at construction waste? So is what, I think, God, you've 10% of the cost of the build or something,
something
maybe?
like that. It's
like
horrific.
A house. Why?
Yeah.
10%?
And all the plastic and all that wrap stuff that they put around the build, the scaffolding, and then it just goes in the landfill. It's like, shit.
So this is where we go to modular building, and this is a factory I went to in Denver, and they got modular buildings that they make, and then we go back to that modular machine with robots that makes the panels and that sort of thing. That eliminates a whole lot of the construction waste.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing it? Why didn't the government's probably, we need the government because they're so big in New Zealand to get a process working. So Kingora, right, we're going to build 50,000 homes. Okay, 20,000 of them are going to be modular, and they're all going to be under the same sort of template, and there's 1, 2 or 3 factories. That's all. Off you go, boys. We'll feed you this line and get it going.
Yeah. Yes.
We never seem to get things going, Brady.
No.
We always sort of, here's the great idea, tip over.
And you think like that'd be a great opportunity for a government to set an example and, like you say, get a little industry going.
Yeah.
well, they can start it. They don't have to be involved with it all the way down the track,
Yeah.
but just to get something going,
Yeah.
give it so much work that it keeps it sustainable.
So here's a America, Joe Biden. They call it the IRA, and they give a 40% subsidy to all these clean initiatives. Correct me if I can be correction on this, fact checking, but we are talking $300 billion, I think, he's put into it. And so everyone started to pick it up. All the diesel burning, coal burning, all those guys going, oh, I can build a battery factory here now with the help of the IRA, they call it, and you can go get a loan and do that.
Well, that's innovation, though, and that's why America is so important for the global economy. So much of the innovation comes out of America.
Yeah, but we're there.
Yeah.
I've sat in those conferences, mate. We're there. I'm not saying me particularly. It's but you look at other things. We're there. New Zealand's there as well. And you know, I hate that. Look, Peter Beck, Rocket Man, right? There's a great article in the paper of the weekend about him, and he just went for it, and he got that lucky phone call. Got joined with another guy who wanted to start space in New Zealand.
Yep.
Bang, off he went. Now look at him.
It's a great story.
Oh, it's a great story, you know. So it can be done. Rod Jury with Xero sitting there, accountants. Come on.
Yeah, how boring can you get?
So accountants, so you can do that, you know. And so we can do it. It's sitting there, and you just think. I keep thinking the number of people out there with ideas, because we've had to. It's generational. It's in our psyche. Because we're such a small little country. Look at the innovation into the All Blacks.
Yeah.
Led the way for a number of years, you know. So we've got to adapt. There's only 5 million of us.
That's right. Yeah, we've got to think outside the box, eh?
Yeah. And we should, as well as building management companies, keep thinking outside the box and pushing the boundaries. That's what I like to. And I keep my chairman. Hey, we'd like to do this. Oh God, Ian.
No.
No.
Can't afford it. It's not in the budget.
Yeah, and you got to take that into consideration. Those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential. A lot of potential.
I reckon that's a good way to wrap it up. There's covered a lot of ground there. It's been a good chat. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Thanks for your time. And there'll be a few nuggets of gold come out of that.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I think we just keep going. Building management coming, whatever's coming down the line for myself and yourself, and that sort of. You just got to keep looking forward and drag people with you. We can't sort of stop and just go, I'm happy with my lot. If we keep going forward and advancing, we can bring people with us. And this whole decarbonisation, it's about to hit New Zealand. It's hitting Australia and America, of all places. Old hardcore family buildings and money, you know, and they're just doing it. Do it, or you're going to get fined.
Yeah.
You have to do it. So I quite like that dictatorship part of it, because they're making it happen.
Yeah.
Instead of, we just seem to talk about it all the time. It's never an action. Anyway,
awesome, mate.
Good to talk to you.
You too, man. Thank you.
Thank you.